Okay, hi. So this is the second part of the explainer for um, the IOE call out for website content. The first video, in case you decide to skip it, was just about what this journey has been, um, why we're asking for this content, what the new page might look like, and yeah, and now we're just going to go through the actual file that was sent to you, the spreadsheet. This is a copy of it here. Let me just see if I can bring that down a bit. Okay, that's it all there. Okay, so you would have just got a file that opened that you double click. It probably would have opened in Excel, and everything's going to be kept on the OneDrive, which people may or may not use, but that's the cloud storage that probably makes the most sense for Massey, since Massey use that facility or have it as a paid for by Massey. You can just use Excel, and you just double click the file and you'll open up to this Excel sheet. So you can see I'm on Excel Online. So down the bottom we have 6 tabs numbered. Using the sheet, the IOE homepage layout, and then which are information, and then research project or cluster forms for those who are filling out that kind of content, education pathway form for those of you who are doing that one, a profile form, and then some sample interview questions. So on the page 1, I'll just talk through it. There we go. Before I mentioned that we had our we were aligning the website to the 2020 strategic plan for the IOE. So I've put down here the impact goals for the strat plan, and really it's just for you to think about when you're writing your content, just to see if you can tie in even one or two or all of these impact goals when you're writing. Might be good to have a look at the strat plan as well yourself, but this is a pretty good summary. That's just there for you to refer to. There's a little bit here on profiles. Again, the reason that we're doing profiles is so that we can tell the stories of pathways through the IOE for those who are responsible for education pathways, but also for research projects and clusters. This is the kind of really easy to digest content that web viewers prefer. Videos, pictures, or just something with connection, so that they can connect with it. It's also can be used elsewhere throughout the IOE and throughout Massey. So having our own system for collecting and collating profiles and the stories that are happening in the IOE is a powerful tool for getting engagement and driving traffic and all this kind of these terms for the sort of digital spaces that people are moving now. So profiles, narratives, vignettes, really just the idea is to just collect one, and chuck it up with your content, and then we can start really boasting and being proud about what you're doing and what we're doing together. So a bit about the profiles there. A little bit on how the new pages a new style of website has now been rolled out across all schools and Massey. A little explanation about the 3 pages that we now have: our home page, our education page, and our research page. Really, we're collecting content for the home page. This is the main page, and then we'll feather these other pages, the other 2 pages, with the content, and really sort of reinforce the IOE's position at Massey and the things that we do. We've been given these pages. It might be a bit confusing on how to find these pages, but the better the content, the easier it is to find using Google, using the search function on Massey. It's a big gripe. It's going to get fixed with good quality content. Right, there's a little bit about navigating the document, particularly if you're not that familiar with spreadsheets or you don't like them or you know, that kind of thing. So as I've explained, our 5 tabs are down the bottom. A little bit around Excel, why we chose Excel, which I explained in the last video. Our entire offline IOE system for managing and keeping on top of content is spreadsheets. So hopefully it's a work in progress, and any feedback you've got on how to make these spreadsheets better is welcome. A little here on line breaks, just because when you want to separate paragraphs in a spreadsheet, if you hit enter, you'll go to the next cell, bonk, like that. I'm here, then I go there. What you want to do is hit Alt, enter, and that will give you a line break inside the cell. Have a little practice with it and see how you go, if you didn't already know that. We've got the interview question sheet, which is, again, suggestions are welcome. It's generic, and all of these forms that you've got are sort of standardized so that we maintain a certain standard look. However, when it comes to interview questions, and your feedback is really welcome. When you're submitting, at the moment, you just email it back to Marty. We have 3 intakes, so you have 3 chances to update content on your own page or pages. April, July, and October. Well, let's say May, July, and October now. It'll really be great to get the first round in. Hopefully it's not too much writing for you. And then you have 2 more chances. So just get it in, chuck in something, anything would be great, and then we can revisit it twice. So you're not stuck, and also as things change for you and your content, the content that you represent, then absolutely easy peasy, just chuck another spreadsheet in and we'll update all of that content for you. All you have to do is the form, we do everything else. Photos, so we got it was a request to can we have our own photos and videos? Yes, we can. There's a little cheat sheet here on just what you need to know when you're taking photos, so that they will be web ready, I guess, and you won't be disappointed because of sort of a technicality. Hopefully it's self-explanatory. Shoot any questions in that you want. There's a little thing here, webresizer.com, to resize your photos before you submit them. If that's helpful, it might be. And the other one is video. So yeah, again, green light to shoot video. There is just some really basic stuff on shooting video that's Massey ready. And if you want some more information on how to shoot a video around lighting, sound, composition, that kind of thing, then we'll provide that information to whoever's asking for it, rather than just throwing it to all of you. Okay, so the next page down here on the next tab is just as I went through in the last video. Here's the IOE new layout that we're suggesting. This one here is just the blurb. The colored ones are the actual new layout. This will essentially be each have its own box going from top to bottom, and it goes from left to right, row by row, if that makes sense, in the order, the tentative order. Okay, this is for your information. All right, and then we have our 2 forms. Our 3 forms. Form number 1 is if you are responsible for a research project or a research cluster, then this is the one for you. It will have been sent to you specifically. And here's the content that you need, that we're asking for. We have our cluster project full name. So, there we go. I'll have to do it like that. And then just pop the day that you submit it, just pop it in. That's so that we have a record of when it was submitted, so that we can stay organized. That's all. Your name, who the page author is, and your contact details. telephone and email. I guess that would be whatever you want to provide out of that. And then there's an option here for you to put in your own keywords. These are for search engine optimization, kind of. It will help to make it easier for people to find your page based on a keyword search, which is what everyone uses anyway. So many as you like. The more specific, obviously, the more likely you are to be put top of the hit list. Don't worry about it. Just have fun. Chuck them in there. Don't worry. Yeah. Not too fussy on that one. Don't even have to do any if you don't want. Next, for the research project or cluster form, we have a short description. So this is the first thing that people read. You'll have your title, then you'll have your short description, just a couple 3 sentences, just to really sum it up so that people who are, just clicking like mad can see whether or not they're going to park up and have a good look at the rest of the content, or if that's not really what they're after. Then we have our long description, so you can then really truly explain what it is that you're doing, or what's happening, or what's been happening so far for your project or cluster. Photos, videos, we can embed graphics. If you've had the Massey printery to a design team to do some nice infographics for you, we can embed it into the website rather than doing a link to a PDF. We'll actually embed it, and we'll really make your page look as fantastic as you want it, really. You just provide all of your collateral, all of this media, mixed media, with your spreadsheet when you submit, and we'll take it from there. We can talk about how you want your page to look, whatever you like. Yeah, as simple or as rich as you want. Then just a little yes or no, Y or N. Did you submit a video? Did you submit an image? Again, so we can keep track. Any links that you put inside your long description, cut and paste it into the link text, please. Let us know who's in your project team if you have a team. Also, who are your partners in this research or in this cluster, so that we can bring those partnerships and connections to the forefront. And also for them as well, they can link through to us, we link through to them. It's a good way of collaborating with partners through this sort of web page medium. Who is your funding body? How much is your project or cluster funded for, and when is the expiry date? When is this project? Mostly, I guess, the projects, when are they due to finish? And then a profile. Don't forget to complete a profile. All right, which we'll talk about in a second. We'll talk about it in a second. I guess the different kinds of profiles, whether you're for research project cluster or for the next one, which we'll go to now, is the education pathway form. So if you are responsible for an offering or a program, then this is the form that you'll be asked to fill out. If I could just go back 1 second to the research project cluster form, just for an example, this is UCL's research page. Okay, they have, just for an example, the UCL IOE. You have your title in bold, a lesser subtitle, which I think could be a short description. All right, they like to come straight in with a nice little graphic. Down the side, they have their key facts, the project dates, project partners, the funder. They don't have the amount, and whether or not we put the amount in is it's up to John O'Neill. And look, they've gone straight for a graphic followed by a short video. Then the long description, okay, with profiles that they've done, quotes, allowing them to tell a bit more of the story, allowing to introduce a vignette or add a narrative to what they're doing. So nice short paragraphs, real simple. This is obviously a bit longer, but that is UCL. You don't have to go long at all. a real photo from the IOE, not a stock photo. So yeah, take some photos, chuck them in there. Don't be shy. We've got another vignette. It's great to put them to break up your long description with quotes from your profiles, and then that's us down the bottom. Okay, that's them to the end. All right, so that's just an idea. All right, then we're moving on to, okay, education pathway form. So here's our pathway. So, for example, the BA education, it could be the postgrad and early childhood, whatever it is that you're responsible for, chuck that in there. Again, the date that you submitted, who you are, your details, and the keywords. All right, we're going to leave this one blank because these pages correspond to our back of house spreadsheet, so don't worry about that. And then really what we're following is, and if I could jump to this next page, this is the program offering for the Graduate Diploma of Teaching Primary. Okay, now here we have our short sort of punchy description. Then we have our what's it like section here, right? A good fit if you, so a little bit of information about who would suit this course. And then we have our profile, all right? Okay, and then finally, what kind of careers can you expect if you studied this course or program? So I've tried to follow that. Down the side, we have our course description. That's the short, brief, punchy, a nice little broad title with a little 1-sentence, 2-sentence blurb. Then we have the course info. What's it like? You can use this what's already there as a bit of a guide for your course offering. Jump on there, have a look at it, change it a little bit, change it a lot. We've been invited to author our own program descriptions, so it makes sense. I would be killing two birds with one stone if we were able to populate the IOE homepage with this good quality content, and it also transfers over to the program pages. We can make these two a little bit different from each other, particularly because with our own pages we can add much better profiles, video, photo, infographics, that kind of stuff. I'm really talking about pathways through it. What's it like to really explaining what it is like to study and yes. Anyway, right. So there it is. What's it like? A good fit if you. Any accreditations is associated with your program. If it's a teaching program, if it's accredited through UNESCO, whatever it might be. Yep, let's sing and dance about it. Let's tell everyone about it. Again, this is, look, it's up to you, the careers part. Why would I study this program? Where will it take me? Who's this good for? Have a go at filling out this section here, the careers section. We don't expect you to be an expert in where that you could end up, but you might know really well from previous alumni where they've ended up, or where it might take you. And again, you can just fall back on the profile for this if you interview an alumni. And then, yes, the profile. Okay. Right. Last one, almost last, the profile form. Okay, this is for everybody. You might have multiple profiles to do. You'll have your own profile page, so you can just add another one, add another one, add another one. As many profiles as you like, and over time we'll collect these profiles, keep them on record, use them elsewhere in the IOE, and we're really going to stay on top of these profiles and try and keep within our year. 2019 needs 2019 profiles. All right. So again, you state the page that you want this profile to be in. If you have been given multiple pages to author, you can put all of your profiles here, as I say, next to each other. Just let us know which page is this profile for, and what kind of profile is it? Is it student? Is it staff? Alumni? Is it an industry profile? Whatever you like. You could be profiling through the teaching through placement. If you have placement that's part of your program, then you could go to the placement provider and profile, interview them. The day, again, date on the day of the submission. You must have a talent release form which you'll be provided with. We can't do the profile without the talent release form, so just get that filled out and submit at the same time. Who's the interviewer and who's the interviewee? Any iwi affiliations they might have, pop them in there, and if it's appropriate, their degree, and of course their major, whether that's an alumni or current student, it's not always applicable. Yep, just if it is. And again, if you're interviewing a master's thesis or a doctoral student, or alumni, let them put their thesis title in there and the year that they graduated. Here we have occupation. Yeah, what are they doing now? Especially alumni. Alumni are great profiles to do. So yeah, where are they now? And then from your interview, chuck your best quote in there. Chuck 2, chuck 3, whatever you like. Just whatever you think is some of the best quotes that come out of that. We have the long text, which is kind of the full write-up, not the transcript, but the full write-up, and then an abbreviated one, couple paragraphs. If you could do both of those, either in the first person or in the third person, that's up to you. First person's here, and third person's down here. However you choose to write that up, that's fine. I've got long text, 8-paragraph max. Don't worry about it. Just even if it's a couple, anything will do. Obviously, you're going to have some good material. However you choose to use it, that's fine. You could even print off the interview questions, give it to one of your interviewees, ask them to fill it out and take it back. That's fine, I guess. It's up to you. Really just want it to be as easy as possible. An image would be great. A video would be great. Take a photo of the person you interview when you do it. And nice composition, anything really. Or do a short video interview. Yeah, you can be creative and however you like to use technology, that's fine. And then a link through to the relevant course or program that this profile is for, if that's the case, or the research program, wherever it's. A link to the program if that's relevant. Okay. And last but not least is our interview questions. There's a bunch of different questions for different situations. They're kind of standardized. There's loads. You don't have to do them all. See how you go. Again, any suggestions would be fantastic. On better questions. I pulled this off of some of these from UCL, IOE, and also from our profiles that are sitting on the walls of the IOE, which are also going to get updated once we have some new ones. Okay, hopefully that's a good explanation. Anything else you need, just let us know, and happy to answer your emails or talk to you on the phone for myself or Marty. And yeah, I hope that this isn't too difficult for you and you're able to get that first round of content out so that we can really sort out the IOE website and compete nationally with our peers at other institutes. Yeah, and come out top. Yeah, number one. Okay, awesome. Thanks for your time.